Quality control in homeopathy, it's part 2. What we had seen in part 1, we seen about the introduction, the objective of quality control, and the parameters for quality control. The remaining part I will going to continue in this lecture. Hello dear students, welcome you all in the world of homeopathic pharmacy. My name is Dr. Bhakti Khiste, and today I am going to explain you about the remaining part of the quality control. First thing, I am really sorry that I am delivering this lecture, I am continuing this lecture quite late, so I am really sorry for that. Let's go and see what we are going to study in this chapter. The quality control monitoring body. Now what is this? Quality control monitoring apex body. Its apex body is, there is printing mistake. In India, the quality of homeopathic medicines are controlled by the Drugs and Cosmetic Act, a central legislation. HPL, which is situated as Ghaziabad, was set up in September 1975 under the Ministry of the Health and Family Welfare, Government of India. See, it is the recognized by the depth of science and technology, the Government of India as a scientific, technological and research institute. It is recognized as a central drug laboratory for testing of homeopathic drugs. Its main functions are to set a standard and the drug testing laboratory at a national level. The workout standards are released by a Ministry of Health and Family Welfare in the form of Homeopathic Pharmacopoeia of India. Okay, the next thing is monograph. Okay, we all know about the monograph. The monograph of each drug contains detail for the identification, collection, part use, method of preparation, and assessment of purity, limits of impurity, etc. etc. It is essential that these instructions be strictly followed to obtain the mother tincture of the desirable standard. Model techniques and the system of quality control do not invalidate the original Hahnemannian concept nor replace the classical procedure. Indeed, they are enhanced. See students, first thing, what the apex body did, what is the role of apex body? They just try to maintain the standard of the mother tincture. Okay, it is given in monograph that the identity, purity and everything related to the specific drug, it is mentioned in the monograph. Next thing, the apex body tried to maintain the proper method which is from ancient time, that is a Hahnemannian concept. The classical procedures to prepare the homeopathic medicines, they maintain the process. Okay, they maintain the process method, the ancient method, the old method. Okay, but they try to maintain the standard. Okay, next thing is sampling. Okay, now what is the sampling? There are two different sampling plan. One is single sampling and one is double sampling. But what is sampling? Sampling of raw material in a processed product or the finished product in order to determine any of its attributes is a very significant step in overall quality control of the dosage form. See, you have to test the raw material, the processed product and the finished product, whether it is effective, its standard is up to the mark or not. Okay, so sampling process is a very much significant step in overall quality control. Okay, why? Because in the sampling process we check the quality, the standard of the raw material, the processed product and the finished product. So scientifically, a true sample should consist of appropriate numbers, quantity from the batch which determines the true nature of the entire product. There may be variety of sampling plans. The commonly used sampling plans are the single sampling and double sampling. In single sampling, only one sample is analyzed to determine the whole batch. In double sampling plan, if the first sample give a rejection result, a second sample is tested to determine the acceptability of the batch. Okay, so in single sampling we are doing only one sample is analyzed, and in double sampling, when first sample is rejected, we are going to study about the second sample. Okay, so this is the difference between single sampling and the double sampling method. Now next one is the method of official sampling for analysis. See, there are main two steps. One is one is processes, and second one is preparation of crude raw materials for analysis. Now first one is the processes. What are the different processes? The first thing, whether the component part of gross samples are less than 1 centimeter or less in any dimension and all powdered or ground drugs. Second one, whether the component part of the gross samples are more than 1 centimeter in any dimension. And third one, whether the total weight of the drug sample is less than 10 kg. Okay, so about the first one, whether the component part of the gross samples are less than 1 centimeter or less in any dimension and all powdered or the ground drugs. Taken with the help of this sampler, which removes a core from the top to the bottom of the container. Now what you mean by the core? Core is means basic. Okay, base, the basic. Okay, it is called as the core. Okay, so sampler removes the core from the top to the bottom of the container, not more than 2 core being taken in opposite directions. Then first thing, if we are taking less than 100 kg, we get the official sample at least 250 grams. Okay, we are taking 100 kg and we are getting 250 grams. More than 100 kg, if you are taking the sample which is more than 100 kg, then we have to get aggregate least 250 gram. Okay, it should be taken in the repeat sample by the same way. Next, they are mixed and divided into 4 equal quarters. Reject 2 of diagonal quarters, combine and carefully mix the remaining quarters, and again subject the drug to the quartering process in the same manner until 2 of the quarters weigh at least 250 grams. Now here it is very simple process. It is very easy process. Take the 4 quarters. Okay, then select only 2 which is from the opposite pole and reject the 2 samples. Then these 2 sample, you mix the sample in proper quantity and do this quartering process till you got the 250 grams of the medicine, okay, or the sample. Okay, so if it is more than 100 kg, then you got aggregate 250 grams from that. Okay, so quarantine process means what? Take the 4 samples. Okay, 2 from the opposite pole, 2 from the opposite pole, then 2 reject the 2 sample and take the 2 sample and repeat the process. Okay, so it is very simple to understand. Next thing, whether the component part of the gross sample are more than 1 centimeter in any dimension. See, if it is the more than 1 centimeter in any dimension, then if the weight is less than 100 kg, then the official sample will be up to the 500 gram. Okay, and if it is more than 100 kg, then the official sample must be at least 500 gram. Okay, it should be taken in repeated samples by the same way as I explained you before. Okay, so next thing, whether the total weight of the drug sample is less than 10 kg. Same process is to be followed, but somewhat the smaller quantities be collected. The official sample weight is at least 125 gram. Okay, so these are the different three methods in process. First one, whether the component part of the gross sample are less than 1 centimeter or less in any dimension and all powdered or ground drug. Here, if the weight is less than 100 kg, then the official sample is at least 2 to 250 gram, and if it is the more than 100 kg, then official sample at least weighing at least 250 gram. In the second thing, whether the component part of gross sample are more than 1 centimeter in any dimension, if the weight is less than 100 kg, then official sample must be at least 500 gram, and if the weight is more than 100 kg, then official sample is at least 500 gram. And in third one, whether the total weight of the drug sample is less than 100 kg, it should be the official sample weight at least 125 gram. Okay, it is very simple. Next thing is the preparation of crude raw material. Okay, I am explaining about this second thing. We had already explained about the processes. Now the next one is preparation of crude raw material for analysis. Following method are whether there is no specific direction given in the text. Okay, the official sample are collected by the quarantine process as described before, as much as may be necessary. In case of unground and unpowdered drug, the collected sample is grinded so that it will pass through number 20 standard mesh sieve. Okay, number 20 standard mesh sieve. If the sample cannot be ground, it should be reduced to a fine state as possible. Okay, grind it till it get very fine consistency. Mixed by rolling on the paper or sampling cloth and spread out in a thin layer and collect for the analysis. It is very easy. Okay, you just make the powder very thin. Okay, then spread out in a thin layer on a rolling on a paper or any sampling cloth, and then collect for the analysis. Now the next one is the parameter for quality control and standardization of drug. Okay, there are four different things in this. First one, parameters for quality control and standardization of drug. First one, of the raw material and vehicle. Second one, of manufacturing process. Third one, of the finished product. And fourth one, of the storage and packing. So the first one is the quality control of the raw material. See students, quality control of the raw material. Okay, it is very easy. It is given in step by step in a well form in the textbook. Okay, collect the raw material. Okay, store it well, then make it sample. Okay, divide it in sample. Okay, then test its purity. Okay, then store it in well containers. Like this, it is a step by step process. Okay, so it is very easy to understand. First thing, raw material transfer to the store, then sampling of the raw material, identification of adulterant in it, then comparison with the standard and analyzed, testing of the purity, then equipments inspected. Okay, equipment which you are using, instrument or equipment which you are going to use, you first check whether it is in well working position, then manufacture, then finished product, and the analysis of the finished product. Okay, then the raw material may be, okay, if it is the medicinal, it raw material contains the plant, animal, minerals, some microbes. And if it is non medicinal, then it includes the vehicle like alcohol, lactose, sugar, coconut oil, wax, like that. Okay, the next one is the evaluation of standard of the raw material. Now evaluation of the standard of raw material, it contain the basic process like identity in point of view, it's physical, chemical identity, its purity. Okay, in purity we have to check whether there is any microbes or chemicals. Then about its quality. Okay, then evaluation according to the which given in standardization, like organoleptic, microscopic, physical, chemical, biological. Okay, all these are different types of the evaluation. Okay, so in evaluation of standard of raw material, you have to go through all these processes: identity, physical and chemical, purity, microbial and chemical, then its quality. And these five types of the evaluation: organoleptic, microscopic, physical, chemical, biological. Okay, then evaluation of crude raw material of chemical sources, you have to check for the viscosity, its surface tension, its light difference, its chemical test, all these things. Next one is quality control of the vehicle basis. Now quality control of the vehicle basis, quality control of the vehicle and the basis. Vehicle are important solvent or the medium in homeopathic pharmacy. They are necessary in every step starting from the preparation, preservation, purification till the dispensing of the medicine. So the purity test has to be assured. In an industrial pharmacy, the vehicles are used like sugar of milk, wax, starch, white petroleum jelly, some liquid vehicles like purified water, strong alcohol. So you have to check its quality also. Then about the monograph of the raw material. Okay, see, the one table is given in your book which mention the monograph of the raw material. Like purified water, it is given in HPI volume 1, page number 178. Then about the strong alcohol in HPI volume 1, the page number is 37. You go through this table. Okay, the next one is the finished product quality control. Now what is the finished product quality control? The finished homeopathic product must meet the quality standard. As such, the finished product should also undergo all possible sorts of the physical and the chemical test. The Homeopathic Pharmacopoeia Laboratory suggested some preliminary standards of finished product. Now, what are the standardization? It includes the mother tincture, potentized dilution, triturations, means the powders, the biochemic tablets, globule, ointment, oil, eye drop, ear drop. Okay, so how to maintain the standard of the mother tincture, how we can perform the mother tincture analysis. The Homeopathic Pharmacopoeia Laboratory, that is HPL, suggested the preliminary standards for the mother tincture which were approved by the Homeopathic Pharmacopoeia Committee HPC for inclusion in the Homeopathic Pharmacopoeia of India. They are using some parameters like specific gravity, alcohol content, the percentage of alcohol content, the pH value, pK value, total solids, all. Okay, I am telling you about the mother tincture analysis. For the mother tincture analysis, HPI considers some parameters like specific gravity, alcohol content, the assay for the constituent, the weight per ml, pH value, pK value, like that. Okay, then only the mother tincture apart from the raw product are subjected to the more comprehensive analysis, both qualitative and the quantitative. Then about the potency analysis. Okay, the quality control of the homeopathic potencies is difficult task for extremely high dilution of the homeopathic potency which do not contain any molecule of the drug. It is almost impossible to apply analytical test by conventional method in the laboratory. All the existing tests are ineffective for testing the high dilution. Okay, so however, the modern analytical technique are adopted for standardization of homeopathic potencies like spectroscopic analysis, chromatography analysis. In the spectroscopic analysis, we we can perform the infrared spectroscopy, ultraviolet and visible spectroscopy, like that. In chromatography, thin layer chromatography, high paper chromatography, all these are the different steps, okay, to evaluate the potency analysis, okay, for the potency analysis. Then again one chart is given in your textbook which shows the widespread application of spectrometry and chromatography. Okay, there are two columns. In one column they given the method, and in front of that they given the proper purpose. Like infrared spectrometry, the purpose is the quantitative analysis of organic and inorganic compound. Okay, you go through this chart, these are very easy. Then the testing of the trituration and biochemic. So to test the trituration, the powder, we must know about the ash value, the starch content in that, the presence of talc, chalk powder in that, sugar of milk in that, some lubricants. Okay, then sucrose, if the sucrose is absent then it is okay. So we have to perform this test. Okay, testing for the trituration. Now testing for the globules. Okay, for the globule you have to test for the ash value, for the hardness, its porosity, its solubility. Okay, this is all about the globules. Now for the testing of the hair oil, if you are testing the hair oil, you have to test for the mineral oil, it is present in that, test for the acid value of that oil, test for the saponification value of that oil, test for the iodine value. Okay, then while you are testing of the ointments, then test for its homogeneity, test for its consistency, test for ingredient by TLC, its alcohol content, like that. Okay, then according to the schedule FF, ophthalmic preparation. Okay, if you are preparing the drops for eyes, you should know the name and quantity of its preservative in that, should be used within 1 month after opening, should be sterile, it should be isotonic, neutral, or acidity within the limit. Okay, then about the packaging and labeling homeopathic medicines. I think the packaging in labeling is the last point. See, the packaging and labeling, it is given under the rule 106A and 106B. Okay, it is given in one not 6A and 106B. Okay, so what is given in 106A? No homeopathic medicine shall be imported unless it is packed and labeled in conformity with the rules in part of the 106A rule. Okay, the label should be contain the instructions given in 106A rule. What is given in that? The word homeopathic medicine should be written the name of medicine should be written on that. Pharmacopoeial name as given in HPI, HPUS, BHP, GHP, HAP should be written on that label. For other drug descriptive name should be written on that label. Potency in decimal, centesimal, 50 millisimal scale, whatever the scale, it should be written on that. Name and address the manufacturer or seller. The alcohol percentage in volume for packaging bigger than 30 ml. Batch number, manufacturing license number. The single ingredient shall not be proprietary name on its label. All these are instructions included in the rule 106A. Okay. Homeopathic medicine, the word homeopathic medicine should be written on it. Name of medicine according to any of the pharmacopoeia, okay, which is means you should write the pharmacopoeial name, then you should its descriptive name, its proper potency, name and address of manufacturer, alcohol percentage in volume for the packaging bigger than the 30 ml, the batch number, manufacturing license number. Okay. Then about rule number 106B, the homeopathic medicine having more than 12% alcohol shall be packed in 30 ml only. For hospital and dispensaries, 100 ml packaging is allowed. Okay, this is all about 106B rule. So student, this is all about the quality control. I try to explain you in a very simple language. Okay, so I hope you like this video. Thank you very much.